Hey everyone, this is Xander from Eclipse Growing, and today we're actually going to be talking about our seedlings and the parts of. Pretty simple, pretty basic. We won't go too in depth about it, so let's go ahead and learn. This is a pot that I actually received in a kit. It's actually from Buzzy, and here's another of the pots right here. It is a forget-me-not. Very, very cute stuff. It comes with its own medium, its own pot, its own medium. And I've been growing this for approximately 3 weeks now. Generally, the first week I took to actually get the seeds to germinate and start growing, and 2 weeks for basically what you see here. Now, generally, what we look at is this portion. You see how they're kind of laying down, they're not really doing much. It's actually because they're top heavy. You notice how the stalks are very thin, very long. This is a term that we call leggy. Okay, just want you to remember that term. It's something that's actually problematic. It is fixable if you catch it in time. Generally, this will happen for a variety of reasons. Two of the most common reasons. The uncommon version is too much water. Or even not enough, but generally too much water. The second most common is not enough light, or at least not a efficient light source. You notice how these are so long, it's because they're actually reaching towards that light source. The medium in here is actually very, very well self-draining. The clay pot actually helps keep the soil itself drier, so I know that it's not going to be an overwatering. So that being said, that is our leggy sprouts. Now let's go into the parts of the plant, okay? So obviously you have your dirt, you throw your seed in your dirt, and it's supposed to do this, right? Or at least, sprout for you. Now the seed itself is going to have everything self-contained. Everything around here has been produced by the seed. Little tiny seed, huge amount of power. Now a seed, what it does is it throws a single root down into the soil. It anchors itself, and then what it does is it pushes the rest of the seed out. Now as it does that, this is how we get our stalks. Now once it gets to a certain point, it actually splits open, and then out comes these particular leaves. Now these are false leaves, these are not true leaves. These will not produce photosynthesis as far as what studies have shown. What these do serve is these actually contain, and the reason why they're so much thicker than normal leaves, is these actually contain the energy for the plant. Very similar to an egg yolk, right? Baby chick goes ahead and sucks on the egg yolk until it's old enough to hatch, right? Same thing with the plants. These will stay on until they're no longer needed. They will shrivel up, they will fall off, and you will never remember that they had those in the first place. Now generally what happens is our true leaves will actually come growing in between these two false leaves. Will actually sprout up. These leaves actually, besides holding all the energy for the plant, will actually signal whether or not there is enough sunlight or adequate sunlight for the plant. So like my explanation before with the grow light, why these are so leggy, that actually explains why after several weeks we still do not have any primary leaves, any true leaves on these yet. So those are the parts, and this is why my plant is the way it is. So we'll go ahead and go into depth in another video on the basics of plants, probably more scientific terms of what these do and how they react and whatnot. But for now, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Next video, we're going to go ahead and explain what the most common issues that we have with plants, and that is the under and over watering of them, why we should, how we should do it, so on and so forth. We'll go ahead and explain a little bit on the soil mediums that we use as well. But until then, have a good time. And if you do like this video, please hit subscribe below.